Well, hello again. Joe Brownlee here with Palm Beach State College, and you're watching the final exam review series for intermediate algebra. And this is the third installment, so we are on question number 3. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as has become customary, let's go ahead and read the directions so we know what it is that we're being asked. And the directions for number 3 are simply to decide whether the pair of lines is parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Alright, so let's go ahead and write the given equations. And they give us 3x minus 8y equals negative 11. And they want us to compare to see if that line is parallel, perpendicular, or neither to 32x plus 12y equals 16. Alright, we'll put that aside. Well, before we tackle this, let's talk about lines in general. You may recall that when lines are parallel, they have the same slope. So if the first line here has a slope of, let's say, 1/2, then its parallel will also have a slope of 1/2. But then we also have lines that intersect, but intersect in such a way that they are exact opposites of each other. And when this happens, these are perpendicular lines. And so if the vertical line here has a slope of, let's say, 3/4, then the line that is perpendicular will have a slope that is the opposite reciprocal. And all that means is that we're going to take the slope of our first line and then take its opposite sign. So if originally our slope was positive, it's going to become negative. If it was originally negative, it's going to become positive. And then reciprocal means we simply flip it. Whatever was on the top now is on the bottom. Whatever is on the bottom now becomes the top. So in this example, an opposite reciprocal of positive 3/4 would become negative 4/3. Let's do another example. Let's say that we had an original slope that was, I don't know, let's say 2/5, negative 2/5. Well, then its opposite reciprocal would be positive 5/2. So opposite simply refers to the sign. Whatever it is originally, we're going to take the opposite. Reciprocal just means we're flipping it. And then we have a situation where the lines are neither parallel nor perpendicular. And so the original line may have a slope of, let's say, 1/3, and the intersecting line may have a slope that's, I don't know, 5/6. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not the same slope and it's not the opposite reciprocal, then we can say that these lines are none of the above, or excuse me, or neither. Neither meaning neither parallel nor perpendicular. Alright, so hopefully you are seeing that what we're doing is comparing the slopes of lines to determine whether or not they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So let's go ahead and take these two given lines and let's actually solve for y, put them in slope-intercept form, and take a look at their slopes. So let's go ahead and work with this first equation here, and we'll go ahead and start by subtracting 3x from both sides. And when we do that, we're left with negative 8y equals negative 3x minus 11. And then lastly, we are going to divide by negative 8 on both sides. And when we do that, we have y equals negative 3 over negative 8 gives me a positive 3 over 8. Put my x in. And then negative 11 over negative 8 gives me a positive 11 over 8. And so in this line, our m, or slope, is 3 over 8. So we're going to take and compare this slope to what we end up solving for on this side, and take a look at them and see whether or not they're the same, opposite reciprocals, or neither. So let's do that now. We'll start by subtracting 32x from both sides. And when I do that, I'm left with 12y equals negative 32x plus 16. And finally, I will divide by 12 on both sides. And when I do that, I'm left with y equals, well, I have a negative 32 over a positive 12. So we'll go ahead and write that, and then we'll reduce. And then I have a 16 over 12. Well, hopefully we see that we can reduce these fractions here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 4 goes into each of these. That is our GCF. So 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into negative 32 8 times. And then 4 goes into 12 3 times, 4 goes into 16 4 times. And so when we write our equation with reduced fractions, we get y equals negative 8 over 3x plus 4 over 3. All right, and again, the only part of this equation that we're really concerned with is the slope. Well, here I have a situation where one slope is positive 3 over 8, and the line I'm comparing it to has a slope of negative 8 over 3. Well, what did we just learn? That that's an opposite reciprocal. So those lines are going to be perpendicular to each other. And that's all they ask us to do for question number 3, and we've done that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all at question number 4. Thanks for watching.